Welcome. In front of me is a Samsung Galaxy M13, and today I will show you how you can bypass the Google verification on this phone. Now right now the device is just rebooting. Once it boots up, I'm gonna quickly go through the setup till I get stopped, just so you can see that the device is locked. But while it's rebooting, I'm also gonna touch upon the everything that it will need. So number one, we'll need a computer and some kind of cable so you can connect the device to your computer. Now in the description you should also find a link to our website where you will need to download the two programs right here. So we have the Samsung drivers, ignore the special part, and then Samsung FRP bypass tool. Now to quickly explain the reasoning for these two programs, just so you don't think that they're complete dolphins. The Samsung drivers are going to be utilized by the FRP bypass tool. So once we plug it in, the drivers will allow the computer to actually see the device correctly, the actual name of it, and detect it fully. And the FRP bypass tool obviously will be used to bypass FRP, which is the protection on the device. Now, unlike the entire guide right here, we're just going to be using this for the very last part, which is the bypass FRP. Throughout the video, or throughout the guide right here, which is completely incorrect, we will basically be using, unlike normally you would be doing enable or disable the drivers, then we reboot the computer and then install Alliance Shield X, bypass FRP or launch browser, and from there we would then progress further and do the reset FRP, but we're just gonna use the last part. So anyway, that's the only thing that we're gonna need it for. So now to get started, you can just quickly go to the last page just so you can see the locked device. Now, while it's trying to load it up, I'm going to mention you do want to connect to Wi-Fi on your phone, which I have already done so. As you can see right here, I am right now connected. So yeah, and obviously you can see that the device is locked. So two ways of unlocking it would be through a pattern or through Google account. Now that you can see that the device is locked, we're going to go back to the first page. Now keep in mind, you do need to connect to Wi-Fi. And once you have it open, the first page, hold volume up and volume down at the same time.
Talkback on. Welcome to Talkback. Welcome to Talkback.
Now I'll mention, when you hold volume up and volume down, for you it will show up with a pop-up window asking you if you want to use Talkback or don't use. I think those are the two options. Obviously you want to select use. Once you do, it will show up with this screen right over here. Now from here, what you want to do is draw a mirrored L on a screen. So you do it like this. Come on. There we go. And from here, because Talkback is enabled, we don't get to just tap on an option to accept it. We first tap on it to select it and then double tap on it to confirm it. So like so. Then you want to select use voice command. Now before you double tap on it, I will actually go through what we're gonna say, because this will enable the voiceover so you can talk to the phone and give it commands. And what we want to say, once you double tap on it, you should hear a beep and you will want to say open Google Assistant. And then once it opens up Google Assistant, you will follow up by saying open YouTube. So now let's go through it. Open Google Assistant. Open YouTube.
Opening YouTube.
So there we go. Now you need to wait for both of those beeps. The first one for Google Assistant and the second one for YouTube. This is indicating that the device is listening right now. Now once you have opened up YouTube, hold volume up and volume down once again. And for you, either it's going to turn off automatically like it did for me, or it's going to pop up with a window where you want to select the option on the left. And then that is for the pop-up. If it shows up, select the option on the left and then hold it once again, because the first time it won't turn it off. So you will hold it again and then it's gonna turn it off. So from here, you wanna select the account icon, go to settings, about, and then Google privacy policy. This will open up our Chrome browser. So from here, select accept and continue and no thanks. And once it loads it up, we will now navigate to HardReset.Info/bypass. And like so, if you need a moment to write it down, do pause the video. Now from here, I'm gonna try to open up the Alliance Shield X app and see what will happen, but it looks like it's just gonna open up the Galaxy Store, which was the second option that I was gonna try anyway. So you can click on either one of those. Probably this one will be better, the Alliance Shield X. Now from here, you want to select that you agree, and you want to then continue. And we're gonna select install, which will force us to log into our Samsung account. So if you don't have a Samsung account, you will need to create one. Now luckily I do have one, so that's what I'm gonna log in with. Obviously I'm gonna do this off the screen. I'll mention that this also doesn't unlock anything, just so you know. This is strictly logging in to the Samsung Galaxy Store. And additionally, I will also mention that when writing down your Samsung account, even though it's going to be using, for instance, Gmail, in my case, you still need to finish it up with @gmail.com. Okay, so I have now logged into the account. Actually, we don't need that, so select agree. Okay, so now that it's installed, we will simply open it up. From here, select next, next, got it. Now we will need to create an account. If you don't have one, I assume that probably everyone that is watching this does not have an account. So all you would do is, and this will be kind of stupid considering we do have a register button right here, but I don't think it works when the device is locked. So you will need to navigate to their website, just search for it on your computer. So you simply navigate to there we go. So it's this site right here, and you can then register. Now this app is an absolute dog water, so keep that in mind. And what I mean by that, the reason why I'm trashing it is because this is partially a data mining app. So it wants to get your all your information like email address and all that stuff, and it forces you to verify it, which is absolutely unnecessary for the purpose of this app. And additionally, if you try to be a smartass like I did, then you get a IP ban under pretenses of a spammer. Apparently I'm the spammer while this app is mining my email address. Okay. And what I mean by that is, if you try to use a temp mail, like I assume probably some of you do when you have some shitty application like this one that requires you to verify an email address, most of logical people just use temp mail. It's the easiest solution to verifying unnecessary trash without ever providing your email. This right here, absolute garbage, will just give you a ban, and you won't be able to then try to create a new account even on the same network. You need to change the network or run it through some just IP change or whatever, so it allows you to try it again. So for this purpose, what I recommend doing is just creating a shitmail, as it's called, strictly for this trash. Preferably probably on Gmail. At least Gmail works for this without any problem. And then verifying it and just completely forgetting about the existence of this account, so you don't get to get annoyed by the amount of spam that you will get from it. Because let's be honest, your email is going to be sold off most likely. So now that we're aware that what this is going to do and what you have to do to actually create an account and what are the stupidities right here, we can proceed further. So in your case, do create an account if you don't have one. I do, though if I probably log in with it, it's going to block me just because it's limited to 3 devices. So I will check that out in a second once I actually find the passwords for it. Okay, so I'm gonna log into it right now. Sign in. Okay, so I did sign in. So right now I'm gonna, well, obviously if you signed in, we can proceed. So let's go to next page, and in here you want to make sure that you check the device admin. Select activate. As you can see, it will give you a pop-up, admin enabled. Let's go to the next page, and we also want to enable Knox. Next license active, continue. Let's go to the next page and finish. Okay, so both of them are working fine. You can see the green dots right here and here. Now, if you have more than 3 devices, or if this is a fourth device that you're logging into using this Alliance Shield X, same account, Knox will not enable. So you will need to go to their website right here. Once you log in, you'll need to basically unassign a device, remove it, one of the devices that has been added to the account. But I know that this probably is not the case for majority of the people that are watching this. If you're doing this the first time around, it's your first device or whatever, you shouldn't have such a problem. This is for people that do this more often, as an example, like me. So from here, once both of them are enabled, we're gonna navigate to App Manager. And we're looking for, I need to actually check. I don't remember what we're looking for. Here's actually a good visual indication of the actual setup on the site. Okay, so we're looking for App Manager. Actually, what am I saying? Not App Manager. Service mode. There we go. So it should show up with only one option right here. So let's click on it. Then you want to navigate to Activities. Scroll all the way down. And you're looking for service mode, third option from the bottom, the one that ends with USB settings string. So you can see ComSec, Android app, mode MUI, activities, USB settings. Once you see it, click on it, select open. And in here we want to select, I believe it's going to be PTP ADB. See if it's the same thing right here. Yep, PTP ADB. And you can see that it pops up with it. So once that's good to go with the actual pop-up showing up, we will now open up our second downloaded option link, which is the FRP bypass tool for Samsung, which I have it in Documents right here. You want to right click on it, run as admin. And let's plug in our phone. I'm gonna give it a moment for it to actually show up right there. As you can see, it just popped up right here, though it's not ready just yet. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So normally it's gonna say Samsung M13, not like Hard's M13. That sounds wrong. So yeah, that's what we're looking for. And from here, we simply want to select, I believe, this option, though I'm gonna make sure. Yep, so we're just gonna select Reset FRP. Alright, we first actually, once we connected it, brings up this window, so select Allow. I believe it's gonna come up again. Yep, and let's close this because I did not select Allow, so the phone was not allowing computer to access itself, right? So we needed to allow that first. Now one little tip, when you closed off the program, if you made a mistake, you will need to also unplug the device and re-plug it back in. From here, let's select again Reset FRP. And I'm going to select Allow. And again, it gives me device offline, which is not what I want. Oh, that's why. There we go. So as you can see, it sometimes takes a little bit of fiddling. It doesn't really want to enable the PTP, even though it does show that it technically enabled it. But when you go back, it wasn't. So I started switching between the MTP, ADB, PTP, and then like trying to switch it back on. And as you can see, it is now enabled, so I can go back. And now let's try that again. So I'm gonna close off the program and launch it once more. And again, I'm gonna unplug the device and re-plug it back in. select run as admin, reset FRP. Oh, come on. Okay, so as you can see, it's right now on MTP-ATB, which I just kind of kept it on here. Also, once it gives me this pop-up again, I also want to select right now always allow, and let's try it once more. And there we go. So it should reboot the device in a second. There we go. Right, yep. So right now there are two possibilities. Once the device boots up, it will just straight up go to something that looks like a home screen, or it will have a kind of like a seizure basically and start like flashing and glitching out, which is also fine. And in both cases the process basically finished, though in the kind of like a seizure mode you just need to give it some time, and it will unlock after a minute or so. But as you can see, for me it just went straight to the lock screen, so I can unlock it. Now it still needs a moment. Let's deny that. Get rid of this. As you can see right now I only have one button, but after a moment they both appear, and that's basically all we need. So from here, once you have access to your home screen, you can unplug it, and you want to navigate straight to your settings. As you can see, we are logged in with the account that I have chosen to log into the Samsung account for the Galaxy Store. That's the account that is visible right here. But that is a little bit important because you will need to also verify that account when trying to reset the device, which we need to do as the last step. So here you want to go to General Management, Reset, Factory Data Reset, or Reset, delete all, and as you can see it basically prompts me to put in my password for the, as you see, an account that I used throughout the video to sign in to the Galaxy Store. Now for you, obviously it's going to be a different account, it's going to be the one that you used, so simply confirm the password that you logged in before with and reset the device, and that will fully unlock it, removing the old account from it altogether. And I mean old as in not this one, but the one that was blocking us. So anyway, With that being said, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.